people, they may branch into, and we would have to be careful about branching into the faith portion of that and not being too specific. Because you could get very specific in faith, and it would be very off-putting for possibly your target audience, depending on who they are. I have a friend who does a business, and he's very political, and he's very faith, and he's very specific. But his target audience is very connected to his content. It works for him. It may not work for you. So you have to measure who my audience is, and is this palatable? At what level is it palatable for my audience? You may need to keep it very broad and not quite as specific when presenting anything that goes into faith or spirituality. Okay? And you guys jump in if you think of some ideas when you think about these things. And of course, this is your niche. I know it is.
And I have to be more careful.
Sure.
If I say God, because I don't know how everybody might take it.
Right.
So I make it universal.
Yeah. So and unless again your brand, one of my other brands is specific in that area. So I am very specific there on what I'm talking about and why. But it needs to be that right audience, right message. You matter. Oh, I hate that. You matter in the world. And I almost couldn't read that. In this world. And you matter, don't quit. So that's combining two. Don't quit, hang in there, and you matter. So again, all of these are, anytime I hear hang in there, I think of the kitty poster that everybody used to have on their wall, right? Hang in there, don't quit, But again, imagery, you can take any of these images, they're easy to find, type in any of these topics, and then say something. I use these with questions a lot. So I'll put this out, and so when was the last time somebody told you, or you told somebody that they mattered, or that they mattered more specifically to you? And so you, again, ask a question about an emotional kind of connected idea, and you get a lot of response. I do social media. This isn't my niche. I still put out this content because of the universal connectivity that people have to it.
I think it gives you the human connectivity.
Very much so.
Too. You're not just out there.
Very much so.
Do you put that out as social network assist or as Michael Gray?
I alternate, and I don't have a plan or program, but I do. This is one of my channels on Social Network Assist. So I have 6. This is one of them.
When you would put something like this, maybe on your biz page, then could you go in as you and then share it on your?
Absolutely, and I do that. So within doing that, it goes to another step of it gives the original post more edge rank, even if you personally share it, as well as if you switch over, which they changed that this week. Did you guys notice that? There's a little bar up top. You just click it and you post as you as a person versus you as the page. If you like and comment on your own post from the business page, as a person, you get edge rank value for that. Yes. So you create your own, you share it to your page.
After you finish this part, will you talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
Because I couldn't find it.
Okay. Absolutely. We'll do that. So again, you're creating this content, and again, I'm not saying you have to do this, but again, some kind of content that resonates universally, you need to find that and begin to present it. Back to basics. This is something I think as we get older, I have grown to love simplicity. I don't know about the rest of you. I embrace simplicity. I desire simplicity. So this one really resonates with me. And we have complicated lives. We have difficult lives. So we desire a time and a place and an experience that is simple and beautiful and back to basics. A very strong. Again, now if you are a business to business, I think this would be a bread and butter for you. If your client are businessmen and women, this is something that always resonates heavily with people who are in business because they're busy. They run busy lives. They forget to slow down and experience life and get back to the things that they should value most. And unexpected twists. Yes.
Shock value.
So this would be one that probably is better presented in story form or in video form, but people love that startling, unexpected twist. Psycho. The first time you watch that, if you watched it, oh my goodness, I won't ruin it for you, if you haven't seen it. And The Sixth Sense. I mean, one of the greatest surprise movies ever. It's like, what? You didn't expect that, and there's a lot of that. So within story, there are a lot of different video and written genres that would be very appropriate for the unexpected twist. People like unexpected twists. I love it in a movie. I mean, you give me an unexpected twist in a movie, I'm in every time. That's my favorite thing in the movie genre. Storytelling. So here you have some images that are telling stories. People love a good story. What people don't like is a long story. So if you are telling a story, make it brief. Within the context of presenting, within some other contexts of other business that I do, when I suggest say you're telling your business story, it needs to be 2 minutes or less, 100 words or less. You need to be able to tell your business story in that brief of time to an audience, and then embellish if they're still interested. So you've given them a tidbit, you've explained who you are, you have a shorter elevator speech version, and then they ask, well, what's the story of your business? You give them the 2-minute version. And then if they still want more, then you provide, don't oversupply. Make it to where your audience wants to hear more. So tell your story, make it brief. So if you're writing an article story on a blog, again, for most audience, it needs to be a few hundred words. I wouldn't say 200 on a blog. I would say, what do you say, Sharif? Maybe 3 to 5, something in that range is appropriate, palatable. You'll get reads.
255.
Yep.
Exactly.
250 to 5, and the 250 would be the bottom range to have value for searchability, for SEO, and also for page value, a lot of different values. But again, anything longer than that, then you will have lost your audience. Unless you're a writer. I mean, if you're extremely compelling, a storyteller and writer, you may be able to stretch that a little bit.
On the audience also.
Yes, if they're expecting a story, but you need to understand that and you need to be able to tell that. I still wonder what the story is of the kid pulling the dog there. That's just, he's got the harness on and everything. I'm like, that is just bizarre. And you've got this other one where you can tell this is a staged image, and somebody has tried to create a story here in the other image. This is not ideal. You can't see it as well as possibly you would like to. So, inspires us to act. So this is one you have to be very careful with, because you're really, when I grabbed images for this was even I had to turn the screen off because it was very alarming as far as the amount of compelling images that are compelling you to act. So, people in need, people in hunger, it's something that we as humans should care about. It's something that we as business owners and humans should be involved in. It humanizes us. It makes us real people. And people today, when you go back to talking about the trust factor,